So you've run some really good workshops to get high-paying personal training clients.
Yeah, and I think more importantly, I've helped hundreds of coaches run workshops like I did to get their own personal training clients. Because one of the things I've seen so much of with coaches who are trying to build a really successful business without being great marketers is that they're doing workshops wrong.
What are they doing wrong about it?
When you do a workshop for the purposes of letting people know that you can help them solve a problem in a bigger way, you want to be able to give them enough information in a workshop that lets them know, I have a high level of confidence this person can help me. Not so much information that person leaves feeling like I have to go and try this stuff now on my own first. And not so little information that they feel like they just came to a sales pitch. It's got to actually be valuable. The other mistake I see coaches make is they just run a workshop without a plan for anything to happen afterwards. So there isn't a through line. They start teaching a workshop on something like Olympic weightlifting or gymnastics or how to use the machines in a commercial gym or a mobility workshop. And they sell them out. You get 15, 20, 30, even 50 people I've seen come to coaches' workshops. But nobody ends up wanting to become a client. And it's because they missed all of the structure that needs to exist from before you even let people know what's happening until after it's done. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
So why should coaches care about running a workshop at all?
Because I don't think most coaches want to get great at using the internet to acquire clients. I think in most worlds, coaches would prefer to not even have an Instagram account or a Facebook account. They'd rather just be able to talk to people, do a great job at what they do, and get clients. I'm confident that if you drop me in just about any city in the US, I would be able to fill my coaching book of business to somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month within 30 to 45 days. I have a very high level of confidence I could do that without ever doing more than 25 training sessions in a week.
What makes you so confident about that? Because to a lot of people watching, that probably sounds ridiculous. So what makes you say that?
Because I've done this in several different locations locally around here. And the ability to train people who've gone through our program, ALP, to do this in Iowa, in Minnesota, in Kansas, in small towns in these states that are not heavily populated, where income isn't great, where there are other options that are a lot less expensive. Seeing our clients be able to execute in really small towns like that, using principles that I've taught them, meaning that they've only grasped 75 to 80% of what I've been able to teach them, because let's be honest, how much of someone else's learnings can you actually execute to the same degree as that person? They have to add their own stuff to it, but I'm just confident if they can do what I'm teaching them to do to the same tune, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Okay. So let's cover what that workshop framework actually is and how anyone can apply the same thing to their training.
Yeah, what I want is for coaches after they watch this video to understand how they can leverage workshops to fill their book of business with people who already know, like, and trust them, even if they've never officially met.
Okay. Before we jump into that, let's cover an important thing, which is like why this works in the first place.
Well, this is all you. This is the part that you're
Sure.
really good at explaining.
Well, I think that what you've got is a really good application that goes over this idea. But it just explains for coaches why some people are easy people to sell. When I say sell, I just mean like they have a consultation, enrollment goes really smoothly.
Right.
And other times, it doesn't feel that way. They have a lot of questions, they have a lot of pushback, maybe they get objections, things like that. And so this graph kind of explains why. Where on this line, we've got high information buyers and then low information buyers, right? And so people over here, they don't really need much information, right? They're low information buyers. This is the type of person who comes into a consultation and they're like, what's it cost? I'm ready to go.
This might even be someone on the floor who
Right.
just says, hey, I've seen you work with people and I want to train with you.
100%. And this is what most coaches want.
Of course.
This is what most coaches are looking for.
The frictionless sale.
100%. And so the goal of great marketing is to make more sales feel like that, right? Like that's the goal of great marketing. And so over here, we've got kind of like medium info buyers, and then we've got high information buyers, right? These are just people who need a lot of information before they're ready to buy.
What does this graph represent? This line over here?
just more of like the amount of people who are in there. So there's less people over here.
Okay.
There's more people over here.
Okay. I thought, okay. I got it.
Go ahead.
It looks like, to me, it makes sense as a speed to buy. So like if I need a lot of information, I'm probably not going to buy very fast.
Yep.
And that's slow.
Yep.
This is fast.
Yep. So I misunderstood 100%. This is going to be speed. In here, just illustrating, like there's less people in here. There's some people in here.
I see.
And there's a lot of people in here. So if you can create a marketing process that helps these people buy, you're going to end up having a lot more clients.
What's really interesting about that is there's a high volume of people who need a lot of information who buy slowly. So you're probably going to come across more of these people.
Yeah.
And if you try to sell these people like you sell these people, if you've had one of these and you're like, why can't everybody just close like that?
Yep.
You end up getting really frustrated because most of the population doesn't function that way.
Right. And so goal of great marketing is to help these people and these people to have a good sales process, right? Make it feel more like these people.
Right.
And so I think that your workshops, they do just that. Without having to do ads, funnels, any type of crazy marketing, create content, become an influencer. Coaches generally don't want to do that stuff. The workshops become the marketing that help these people buy in a way that feels like this. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, what I would urge coaches to keep in their mind, or trainers to keep in their mind, is there are people who live over here who aren't going to come to your workshop until they're explicitly clear that they should. And it might not be the right person to put in that room anyway. So don't stress over the person who you know you can help, who lives all the way over here, who needs to see you do this 5, 10, 15 times before they're like, okay,
Yeah.
I can come. Don't stress over the one who doesn't come. Focus on the ones who will.
Okay. So tell us about the framework. Like, how do these workshops actually work?
Well, so in order to have any workshop be successful, I think we need 3 things. Can I get a black marker? That one? There's 3 things, and we call them the 3 Ps. If a coach can remember the 3 Ps, you can apply this to just about any communication that you have, but especially when you're marketing to people. Okay? So the 3 Ps are first, purpose. What's the high value reason that we're doing this? If you're running a workshop in a commercial gym, for example, and the purpose is, I'm going to give you a tour of the gym, nobody's coming. They know the layout of the gym.
Yep.
It's not what they need. We want something that's high value. We'll get into that in a little bit. The next P is we need a process. How is this workshop going to operate so that it can serve this purpose? So now we can start talking about examples of purpose. When we were working with a Gold's Gym, where income wasn't super high, price of admission was fairly low, and we helped their training department 6x, 6+x from when we started with them until a year and a half later, with, by the way, half of the coaches on the roster.
Sure.
What we were able to do when people would enroll in the gym is we would ask them what their biggest want was. And we gave them 4 choices. So we gave them get out of pain, learn the machines, get stage ready, lose weight. And we thought lose weight would be the number 1. It was actually get out of pain.
Interesting.
Yeah. But so what that lets us know is, okay, that's options 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order. I'm not going to run a workshop on getting stage ready because very few people said they wanted that. I'm not going to run a workshop on learning how to use the machines unless I've already run get out of pain and lose weight and I want to give it some time to breathe before I do it again. Right? But so, okay. Then I would go to the machines and come back to the other 2.
So are there examples of bad, when you say purpose, it's like workshop topic.
Yeah, workshop topic.
So are there examples of bad ones? Not just like what are people interested in, but even if they were interested in it, it's not a good workshop.
Yes, so I see these especially in group fitness gyms, like a CrossFit environment.
Okay.
But I'll start with the commercial because we're already there.
Okay.
Mobility seminar.
Okay.
The reason why a mobility seminar is typically not good is because you can't make permanent change in the mobility seminar. And by the next day, everything that you taught those people to do no longer feels better.
Sure.
And even if it does, which is rare, generally speaking, people are going to feel like they now have enough information that they can actually start to help themselves, and they're not going to look to buy anything from you.
Got it.
And what you did was you set them up to be unconsciously incompetent at helping themselves, which I think is actually even worse than aware that they don't know what they're doing.
So ideally, the topic of the workshop, the purpose of the workshop is one where people want to come learn from the workshop, but by the end, they feel like they still want more.
Yeah, you should have delivered on the promise that you told them you were going to solve, and have them saying, I wish you made a bigger promise because this person's obviously credible. Now, in an environment like a CrossFit gym, see this all the time. Coaches will sell out weightlifting workshops, gymnastics workshops, ring muscle up work. I used to do this, right? Ring muscle up workshops. These just aren't high value problems. No one is going to come to that workshop with the intent of working with you long term for a high price afterwards to help them solve this problem one-on-one. When I
So
say,
even there's a high level of interest in a CrossFit gym for like a gymnastics workshop.
Sure.
At the end of the day, those people don't want to continue paying for more help when the workshop is over for something like gymnastics, rings,
right.
kipping,
That's
whatever.
right. And now look, there's the outlier who will. So I don't want the coaches watching to be like, no, actually, Jane brought from me, because I get it. There's an outlier who will. But the thing that you need to understand is we're not talking about workshops for the sake of filling workshops. We're talking about workshops for the sake of demonstrating capacity to help someone solve a problem who needs more information before they're going to decide that they should buy from you, which is most people. And you don't want to have 20, 30, 40, 50 conversations to get rejected 20, 30, 45 times to sell 5 people. So we're using workshops as a way to obviate, let people raise their hand, I have this high value problem. Then to believe you could probably solve my high value problem through a process that is the way that you deliver your workshop.
So what's an example of a good workshop?
We help people learn how to run a pain-free fitness seminar.
Okay.
So for example, if you're doing workouts and no matter how you scale or modify the exercise or change exercise selection in a commercial gym, you're still finding yourself dealing with aches and pains every day after you work out.
Okay.
Well, what if we could train you in a way that didn't cause pain? Would that be something that's interesting to you?
Right.
People are going to say, if I could work out and not feel pain during or after, that'd be amazing.
Okay.
So that's a good workshop. There are other examples.
And we'll
my
cover
favorite.
that at the end here, yeah?
We'll get into that, yes.
Okay.
But now I have a whole chart over here on how to actually do it. But the reason why that's really good is I want people to understand this principle. The problem that I'm making a promise to you I can solve, your workouts don't have to be painful anymore. And you've been modifying and they're still painful. I'm going to come up with, for you, better ways for you to modify the workout based on what we learn about you during the workshop. Follow me?
Yep.
Then we're actually going to do the workout that would have previously caused you pain. You're going to feel, that felt great. How do I feel like that every single time I train? I only taught you how to feel better doing this workout.
Yeah.
Because I can't possibly teach you how to feel better all the time in 60 to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I need a lot more time with you. Now I can help you in 10 to 12 sessions so that you never have to worry about being in pain while you work out because modifications are set. Now you might be a person who says, but I don't want to have to modify forever. Well, great. If you have the skills to do so, I can then coach you ongoing so these problems don't persist and you can stop modifying altogether. Right. That's the top of the iceberg.
So what's the third P here?
The third P here is payoff. This is effectively your promise. So when this workshop is over, you will be able to boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Right? So the boom, boom, boom is you'll be able to train without the aches and pains that typically come with every session that you do, regardless of how you modify.
Okay.
So if I was running a workshop and I was trying to fill it, and we'll get into the FTC of it in a moment,
Okay.
my payoff is what I'm leading with. Not actually leading with the purpose. I just have to have the purpose.
Sure.
Right? So it's
Selling the outcome.
That's it. So the whole thing is we are running a workshop because a lot of you have discussed that no matter how you modify, it still hurts during and after the training session, and you'd like to be able to train without that. The purpose is you'd like to be able to train without that. The payoff is you're going to be able to train without that from this workout. The process is we're doing a workshop. In that workshop, we're going to go through the following things. This is how the workshop's going to flow. Simple, clear. So if I'm writing this all out, I'm letting people in the gym know we have a workshop coming up. And by the way, this gets into our FDC. The reason we like FDC as initials is you probably heard it. It's what banks do to make sure that if it ever gets robbed.
So what is FTC?
In our world,
Yeah.
first is fill it.
Okay.
So there's the fill phase,
Okay.
right? You can't run a workshop that's not full.
Right.
I'm starting at least 10 days out, maximum 2 weeks out.
And how full is a full workshop?
First time you run it, my recommendation is 5 to 8 people.
Okay.
Keep it small, keep it scarce, keep it high demand.
Okay.
And then
That's less than I thought you would say.
Yeah, well, I'm here to surprise and delight. Okay. So first we want to get it full.
Okay.
I'd rather have fewer spots
Sure.
and have it be full than try to sell 20 and have 8 feel like a failure.
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
mean, look, that probably feels better to a coach who's wondering, how do I fill a workshop? To hear 5 to 8.
Well, it's the same as when a coach feels like I have to start running ads, build an email list, get my following up. It's like, no, dude, you need 8 clients.
So you can be successful filling this with 5 to 8 people.
I think you're more successful doing that.
Okay.
So 5 to 8 people is a full workshop.
Okay.
Okay. We're starting between 10 days and 14 days out.
Why 10 to 14?
Any longer than that, and people make commitments that they can't actually keep. They're like, it sounds like a good idea. I'll come to that, and then they don't.
Yep.
Anything shorter than that, and people don't have the availability in their schedule.
Got it.
It's too spontaneous. So the first 3 days in the fill phase, I'm going to be sending an email, a text, a notification on site every single day. Every day. So it's an email to my whole list. If I'm in a group fitness gym, every member of the gym.
So if you're a coach in that gym, you go, hey, gym owner, do we have an email list? Can I send a few emails?
Before I'm even putting this on the calendar, I need to know all that information. How do we communicate with our clients?
Sure.
Maybe
So if you're a coach listening, that's step 1.
Yeah, and if they won't let you use that, can I put it on the gym's blog
Sure.
every day? Can I send a text to everybody?
Sure. But
Can we-
assuming that they're agreeable to it, an email every day for 3 days.
there's 4 places I'm going to have it if
Okay.
the gym owner's agreeable. Email every day for the first 3 days.
And
all these things
what's
are,
on those emails?
I'll get to that in a second. I want
Okay.
email, text, blog, whiteboard.
Okay.
Those are the 4 places it's going to be every single day. Email, text, blog, whiteboard.
Okay.
Now, what's in the email? It's purpose, process, payoff.
Okay.
It's on date X, time Y until time Z. So on Saturday the 8th from 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m., we are running a seminar to help people in the gym who are dealing with aches and pains no matter how they modify workouts to be able to train in a way that no longer hurts every single day. And the process is we're going to put you through basic movement screen. We're going to educate you a little bit about what pain actually is and what you're feeling and how to listen to your body so that you can make better decisions going forward.
Okay.
That's it. Really, really, really simple. We are limiting it to 8 spots. Make sure you register for yours now by either clicking this button, by contacting management, whatever it is.
Okay.
And you want to make that as simple as possible.
And is it, like when they register, is it paid or are you doing them free?
I like to do paid, a nominal fee. I'll do $10, $20, $50, depending on where you are, what a nominal fee is. Only because I want people to actually have to not make the
Yeah.
quick decision.
If they're going to commit, or if they're going to pay, they're
If they're stopping what they're doing to grab their credit card,
Yep.
they've thought it through enough that they're probably going to come.
Sure.
That's
you
it.
don't really care about that $100 total.
Oftentimes what I do in the conversion part, which we'll get to in a second, is roll that into their
Sure.
package if they decide to buy something.
Sure.
So it ends up being a free seminar.
Cool.
So we got the fill part down.
Okay.
Well,
A couple questions on that. Like you said, a text. What do you put in a text?
Same thing I'm putting in the email in shorter form.
Okay.
If you don't know how to do that, go to your favorite AI and say, here's my email, shorten it into a text.
Cool.
And then edit it so it sounds like you.
Yep.
But so
And who are you texting?
everybody,
Okay.
the whole gym's
So
roster.
I'm a coach in a gym.
What kind of gym?
Let's say it's a group fitness gym, a CrossFit gym.
Every single member in that gym.
How about like inactive members, past
I'm going to
members?
start with existing members. I'm going to go to
Okay.
that secondary list if my front list doesn't fill.
Okay. And then once it fills, do you stop
I
these
move
actions?
to a wait list. So what I do after that is I'm like, hey, this workshop has gotten so much interest that we're already planning to do another one.
Okay.
So please drop in here for the wait list.
So you continue to do the emails and the texts,
Everything.
but it's driving straight to a wait list.
driving to
once
a
it
different
fills.
offer, yes,
So
a
if
wait list.
you fill in an email and a text, continue with the plan, fill the wait list.
In a perfect world, I'm filling not just my first seminar, but my third seminar.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So what other things on filling should coaches be aware of?
One email, look, the digital communication and the whiteboard communication is every day for the first 3 days that you're telling people. So let's say that you're 10 days out. Day 10, 9, and 8, they get messaging about this.
Okay.
Then we don't do anything again until day 5. We take 2 days off. Third day, we message again about it. Then we message again when it's 2 days out. Then we message the day before. That's it. So we're not going to go crazy, and we are going to be consistent. One of the mistakes that coaches make is they feel like I don't want people to feel like I'm selling them something. You are selling them something.
Right.
It is going to feel like you're selling them something because they have a problem that they need to buy their way out of. The only way you get to help them is if you sell them something.
For sure.
The only way that they can know you have a seminar is if you tell them that you have a seminar or a workshop.
Yeah.
The only way that they're going to find out, even if you tell them, is if you tell them over and over and over and over again.
So what goes on the whiteboard? You said whiteboard is one of them.
The same thing that's in the email in a more graphically pleasing
Like a
bullet point.
QR code or something.
A QR code to a landing page, but that's going to be a little higher level.
Okay.
It could even just be really, really, really simple purpose, process, payoff.
And maybe even just like if you don't want to do a QR code, write your name here if.
100%.
Cool.
All right. So first phase is fill it.
Yep.
Okay. If you're in a commercial gym, you're putting flyers up wherever the owner will let you. You are calling everybody on the gym's list. You're emailing. Same thing.
What about getting the other coaches, trainers, things like that, talking about it?
In an ideal world, you're in a gym where the other staff has an abundancy mindset. Oftentimes
Okay.
that's not the case, but let's say that you are.
Okay.
You're just teaching them what's on here. And then it's perfectly reasonable that you would pay them the $20 for every person who registers on their watch,
Yeah.
right?
Thinking back to my time working in like a CrossFit gym, as long as the gym owner is open to it, I imagine getting 5 to 8 people to fill out their name on the board would be pretty easy if I finished a 20-person class and at the end during cool down, I'm like, if you had problems with this today, here's the information. There's a list on the whiteboard. Go put your name on it if you'd like to attend. Like, so just talking about it even in the classes, I imagine
Look,
easy lever.
It is an easy lever, and the reality is this. If it's me and I need to fill my book of business, I have time.
Sure.
Can I coach this class with you?
Right.
And I'm not relying on you to do it.
So
And now-
even if you don't have all of the class spots on calendar,
I'm
you're
there for free.
volunteering to not substitute in, but to assist.
I'm assisting, and if they don't want to assist, or if the gym owner doesn't want to assist, at the end of class, I'm jumping in. I'm saying, hey, just want to remind everybody, if you didn't see the email or get the text, if you're living under a rock, next weekend, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., I'm teaching a seminar on this. I saw a few of you struggle with X, Y, and Z. I would highly recommend that you attend to things that be really valuable for you. And I would then walk up to people. Hey, Nick, dude, I saw the shoulder thing. I've seen the shoulder thing for 3 years. Are you coming to the seminar?
Right.
I don't know. I've got to check with my wife. I got some stuff going on Saturday. Okay. Do me a favor. Do that today. This thing's going to fill up. Can I call you later today?
Right.
I'll register you.
And go on the wait list if I can. Right?
100%.
Like tell me go on the wait list.
100%.
Now you've got a wait list.
So I'm
for the
getting
next
that
one.
done.
So
Okay?
where do you think coaches go wrong with filling?
They're not aggressive enough.
What does that mean?
Hey, we're doing a workshop. If you want to come, great. If you don't, like it's totally fine if you don't want to come. Don't need, like
Feeling bad about promoting.
yeah, like it's you're selling as a service.
Sure.
You got to be able to provide value, and then you should feel bad for the people who don't attend.
Yeah.
That's the biggest place where coaches
Cool.
don't do the job.
So I feel like we hit that pretty hard.
The second is they say it once.
Right. I did it.
Right. They put it in one place.
Yeah.
Like, you have to overwhelm this community.
There should be no way somebody in there doesn't know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Personally, not a
I'm-
people. But like, I imagine people put their blinders on. They're in the routines. They walk in. If you put a flyer on the wall,
Not gonna see
it's most people. It's not on their register.
Not going to see it.
Like you have to be in their face, get people to know about the thing.
I'm more than happy to be the coach that the other coaches make fun of. Oh, Sean's always asking for stuff, but I have a full book of business and you're fucking waiting tables at night. I'm totally fine with that. Let's keep moving through so that we don't make this a 50-minute long video.
Okay.
The next thing is going to be deliver.
Delivering the workshop.
Yeah, so first we fill the workshop,
Okay.
then we deliver the workshop. We have to do a really good job. We'll get to delivering the workshop in a second. I'll just show you how we break it down for our coaches.
Yep.
But deliver the workshop so that people leave saying, that was amazing. I would have paid 5 times the price for that. Great. Then the last thing, this is what coaches, this is where it all falls apart.
This is where they go wrong.
If If they have the right topic, they still go wrong here.
Okay.
You have to convert.
Right.
FDC, fill, deliver, convert. You're doing this for the sake of getting clients. You're helping people who aren't your clients, yes, but you're doing it because you want them to become clients.
Right.
The conversion is there, like, if you learned something today that you found really valuable and you would like this to continue, is there anybody here who would like more of this? Okay, I'm going to open up calendar spots to meet with you one-on-one to see if working together could solve this problem for you sustainably. Okay? You guys get the first 8 slots. I'm going to open these slots up to people who didn't attend the workshop after you, so grab them first.
Okay.
You're going to get half the people in that room to book spots. And then you're probably going to sell half of the people who booked those spots if you have a good consultation process, which we've talked about in other videos. If you have a good consultation process, half the people who booked those spots are going to become clients.
So for every 8-person workshop,
2 clients.
2 clients. Cool.
So if you need 8 clients to be full, 4 workshops. You can
Why do you say 8 to be full?
2.5 sessions per week, 2.2 sessions per week is 18 to 20 sessions
Okay.
on 8 people, and that should be enough.
Okay.
Okay? So now let me just show you what we teach our clients when they're in the room so that
So
people can
the
get an
actual
idea.
deliver for the Pain-Free Fitness Workshop.
Yeah, I'm going to keep
Okay.
it brief because I don't want to bore people with this information that we didn't teach them, like we teach our clients. But they come into the room, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to reiterate the purpose and the payoff, right? And the process, frankly. And then we're going to give them a little bit of education on what is pain, how does it start, where do we start looking for what's actually driving it. They get that information, so now they're like, oh, okay.
They learned something.
They learned something.
Yeah.
And now today we're looking for this version of the pain that we just talked about.
Okay.
Right? So we teach them recovery and capacity lives at the base, and then we go up to flexibility, to mobility, to strength and strength balance, to motor control. But we're looking today at flexibility and mobility at the bottom. We're going to see if
Okay.
these are your issues. So all we're doing is screens for the shoulder, the hip, the knee, the ankle, the low back.
Okay.
I put everyone's name on the board,
This is like a whiteboard.
big whiteboard in the front,
Okay.
or a poster board, doesn't matter.
Sure.
Their name and the joint.
Okay.
And then they come up after each test that we had them do, and they write something like, check, no good. So now we know Jane's left shoulder is no good, right?
And you're telling them how to know that.
100%.
Okay.
So if you tested limited on these tests, come up to the board, write it down. So it would look like, Jane's good on the hip, she's good on the knee, she's good on the ankle, but the low back is a problem. Mike is good, no good, good, no good. Right? Like, and this would get all the way filled out.
Yep.
Now at the end, because I know exactly what tests I used,
Yep.
and I know exactly where these people tested limited, I'm designing for each one of them a very specific modification for a workout that I pre-designed. If I'm in a CrossFit environment, really any environment, the workout that I'm having them do is one that forces them to use their whole body a lot. So I like something like,
So they're doing a workshop or a workout in the workshop.
it's not a full intensity workout like people might be thinking,
Okay.
but it's enough for them to be like, that would have hurt with different modifications.
Understood.
So something like, for example, goblet squats or wall balls. Like goblet squats in a commercial gym, wall balls in a CrossFit gym.
Okay.
Toes to bar in a CrossFit gym, bar hangs in a commercial gym. Or pull-ups in a commercial gym if they can do them, right? A banded pull-up or an assisted pull-up. With running. So running in a CrossFit gym, treadmill run in a commercial gym.
Okay.
For most people, one or all of those movements are not going to be fun.
Sure.
If something is achy or limited. I'm going to teach them really good modifications for the area that they're struggling with and why that's a better modification.
Better meaning like,
Than what
are they
they've been doing
identifying what they would have done before?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then having them do this new one instead of what they would have done in the past.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is we're going to put them through, let's say, 2 rounds of 30 seconds of work every minute. Rotate. So it would be everyone starts at a station, do 30 seconds of work, rest for 30 seconds, rotate to the next station, 30 seconds of work, rest for 30 seconds, go to the next station. Do that twice.
Okay.
And in the end, if I did a good job, everyone's like, I haven't felt this good working out ever.
Sure.
Like, great, you want more of that? Yes, I do.
So just to backtrack for a second, like you're saying you come in, you do a little bit of education, and then you go into a movement screen. And on that movement screen, they are identifying where they were limited or not. And then I imagine it's like, hey, go put your shoes on, take a couple minute break. When they come back, You walk them through how they're going to modify a workout, and then they do that workout and go, I've never felt so good.
And then I just ask them, do you want to feel that good all the time?
Okay.
Right? And this is an example. We teach coaches how to run all different kinds of workshops. Maybe you don't have this skill set yet. People who come into work with us in the very beginning, they can't do this.
Sure.
So we have to teach them different things that they could do. So the whole idea is follow the same principles that we executed to run this. Everything else is the same, except for what ends up happening down over here is based on your skill set. You need a high value problem, and you need a very clearly delivered solution.
So I imagine for the people coming to this workshop, the payoff is they understand how they can modify in class.
Yep.
But the reason that they would want to continue on with personal training is because they don't want to have to do that.
They would probably still want to work with you on personal training for 10 to 12 training sessions so that they can learn how to modify anything that would come up instead of the 3 things I wrote on the board that day.
Okay.
But the people who want to never have to modify anymore, they're going to be longer term clients. I would take both.
Okay.
So by the time that you're done learning how to deliver a workshop like this and actually executing it with clients, you no longer have to pay any attention to the people on the internet telling you, post every day. Here's a hack. DM everybody who sends you a message. DM everybody who likes a post. Spend this much money on ads. Like, you're just trying to get a really solid coaching business that you can retire from one day and not need to get a real job in place of.
Right.
This is how you do that.
And it's not workshop instead of marketing. Like, these workshops are just the best marketing a coach in these gyms could do.
This is workshops as marketing for people who want to work with people in person.